All right, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so yeah, boom, but now here's the thing. You're noticing something up there that keeps saying that Twitch caters to the most worthless type of people of content. All they do is throw cake to go viral. The third most liked clip on Twitch is worthless people who resorts to throwing cake at the audience to go viral. Twitch streamer Annie was given $1,000 and that's all it took for her to throw cake at the camera. Kick streamer Jolly is getting shameless after resorting to baiting her younger audience to send money. This shameless streamer realized she wasn't visible on camera, so she resorted to throwing cake at the gym. Senna realized her career was going under, so she resorted to throwing cake at the camera. Kick streamer Jolly Rancho accidentally throws cake. Oh, here we go. Twitch streamer Senna figured out she's slowly falling off as a content creator, so she resorted to throwing cake at the camera. Wait a minute. There's another Twitch streamer who, well, you got it. Camera and cake. Emaru, who all it is, okay? What got me on this is I was looking up streamers. Because let me tell you something. Streamers are like, it's like reality TV because they say the darnest things. But what kept coming up, and I'm going to say this, number one, okay? I don't agree with these guys who say this. These are grifters, okay? These grifters on X, they just find some random female they don't like or some girl who didn't show them some attention, and then they start saying the stupidest shit. They start saying, oh, they're only showing cake. They're showing cake. They're showing cake. When there's plenty of footage of Senna and all these other streamers who don't throw cake. I know Pokimane and the Cry Bullies, they get, pushed on this all the time. I know the biggest talking points right now are none of these girls being married or Valkyrie or Senna or Pokimane. And to all of that, man, look, at the end of the day, more than likely what people say is they got boyfriends and stuff behind the scene. But the whole phenomenon of we think that female streamers can only throw cake is just not true, okay? Do sometimes they like to show off them buns? Of course, it happens. But I want to read some of the comments before we continue, okay? Let's look at this. Strays realized his clipping career is going under, so he starts throwing cake every time he makes a post. Thank you, somebody called it out. This guy was not making these posts. And I'm gonna show you another guy or girl, whoever it is. They started off doing the whole gambling thing and they said, oh, that don't work. So they decided to start doing other stuff. Y'all keep saying these streamers are throwing cake, then proceed to post a video of them not throwing cake. This creep sexualizes everything, and I'm very much okay with that. Now, this is a gooner, okay? Not gonna lie, I probably, if I had to hear Senna all the time. She's so fucking loud and obnoxious. So I want to talk about this guy right here, this person, individual right here. Listen, you don't have to watch Senna. I don't watch streamers at all. I only watch their clips. And then I take up an opinion and I go back and watch the clip and then I watch the whole, not the whole stream, but I watch as much of it as I can, get what context I need out of it and see what's happening. Because what's been going on a lot as well is these streamers will just say, hey, Duke Dennis says something crazy. And we're just gonna go off of that. We're just gonna go whatever the caption says. Duke Dennis says you're poor. And Duke Dennis will be talking about French fries in the video. So, now this is normally red pill stuff and all that kind of stuff. Who always talking about these females and hating on them. But I will say this. Do I think these females sometimes throw cake as female streamers in order to get some attention? Because 80% of Twitch is men. Of course, we live in the attention economy. That's how it is, okay? When I was looking at, what's her name? Cooking with Kaya, right? I said back then in my own head, but I'm sure everybody already knew it, that she was gonna have to eventually resort to being sexual. Like she was shaking that booty. I was like, if you don't change and just do the cooking content, you're just gonna turn into a booty shaker. And then I just saw a clip of her pulling up her shirt and showing a little bit of that underboob. And I'm just like, dude, like, I get it though. I don't agree with it, and I do feel like these women are talented enough where they don't have to do that. But another problem with streaming, just like it happens with the men, if you stream too long, eventually you're gonna have to turn to sex. I mean, these men will do the same thing. They might not, they won't outwardly like start shaking, well, some of them shake their ass, but those just start talking about more sexual things, or they'll start talking about money, or they start talking about fame, or they start going out in real life and showing you how much money they got. It just, there's no way to stream a lot and not have to resort to attention grabbing stuff. Now, there are plenty of streamers who don't do that. There are plenty of female streamers who just play video games and they don't do all this. But I do want to talk about this as well. There are some females like Emaru, okay, who is just conventionally attractive. Now, I'm not feeling this outfit, obviously, with the Jesus piece and all this extra stuff. But look, she's a pretty young woman. Some of these women on here, and like I said, I'm not saying Emu's one of them. I still think she's an attention grabber too. She knows what she's doing. She's not stupid. Because the only way I would have to assume these women aren't doing this stuff for attention, I would have to assume that they're ignorant. And I just don't believe that. You don't become as big as they are being ignorant. I'm not going to placate them, and I'm not going to be condescending. But just say Emaru didn't wear this kind of stuff, because there are plenty of female streamers who don't do this. Brittany Venti, for example, and I'll look her up here in a second so you'll see. Brittany Venti doesn't do anything to really show off her body. Maybe when she was a little bit younger, but not now. But there's nothing she can do from looking attractive. She just has size, she has the size. What else can you do? Wow. There's nothing she can do about that. And I do think Michelle McDaniel does a good job of this as well. Michelle McDaniel is built very nicely too. And the problem is people think that because a woman looks great or has a nice figure, that she has to pretty much put on a blanket. I don't agree with that either. Like, a woman who looks great, even if she puts on a pair of jeans, is going to entice you. So this is Brittany Venti. So look, man, this is just a regular video of her. Now, some people might say, oh, she's showing too much. Listen, I get it. But these are the same people that they'll say, oh my gosh, she's such an attention grabbing blankety blank. I know it because I've watched Brittany Venti for a while, and they say it about her all the time. And so look, at the end of the day, man, do I think some of these girls are throwing cake for attention? Do they know what they're doing? Yes, Senna and Agent Zero and all these other dudes. And I saw the other day, iShowSpeed showed a girl giving her a 360 and her showing off her booty. Like, I know we want to put these streamers up here. We put the female streamers down here for some reason. Then we put the male streamers up here, even though they're a joke too. Okay, none of them are good in my opinion. Well, none of the big ones that are the loudest to me are that great, okay? Maybe, I don't know, we can get into politics. Asmongold, for the most part, I don't see him do sexual stuff, but maybe he's a weirdo behind the scenes. I don't know, okay? But there's a lot of these streamers who bring on women and they show their ass the whole time, and that's all you're getting to see. But I don't see those dudes getting crucified like the women do when they decide to show some booty. I'm against both. But I hate the fact that even these loser ass Twitter accounts, it's not just them. I see it all the time on YouTube, guys making the same ass videos all the time about, oh my God, this female, look at, female does this and she regrets it. And female does that, she regrets it. Oh my God, it's just like, man, who are you? Like, what's going on? So I am way more crucial with the men because I happen to be a man, so I feel that I can think the way they do. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna go after women when I feel like they're doing some crazy ass shit like Cardi B with the whole guitar solo shit. I'm sure all of y'all saw that with Cardi B doing the guitar solo on her VJ. Okay, it was disgusting, and I find that stuff repulsive. Okay, and then she'll want to be an advocate, but the problem is we prop these people up. Oh my God, Cardi B is such a great role model, and anytime she does something sexual, then some people come out of the woodworks and be like, she's just being free. No, bruh. It's bad. She cannot be an advocate for the children and then be doing that kind of shit. Let's just say, no, she's not the one. Let's just move her to the side. You want to watch her? Cool. I feel the same way when I do that to men. I'm like, you like iShowSpeed? Cool. He did some touring stuff? Cool. But he's still showing ass to the children. When Kai Cenat was still around, I'm like, hey man, he's cool sometimes, but he's still showing a lot of ass to the children. Okay? Y'all like all these dudes, but they still making out with women on the camera. It's kind of weird, don't you think? I feel the same way. When they got guys on there bringing on women that do lap dances on them, I'm like, let's push these dudes to the side. Like, what are we doing? So, yeah, man. I don't think there's really that big of an epidemic of women throwing cake. And I think it's just the internet and the porn brain that we can get sometimes, always thinking that every woman wants to get on OnlyFans and every woman wants to have sex with every guy she looks at. Bro, it's just not real. So make sure that you don't see these women or you see some clip of them, right? And it kind of gets taken out of context. They just happen to have a big ass and they wear booty shorts. And then we just say they're throwing cake, okay? Now, some women obviously do that and they are farming. Like I said, I don't know these women personally. I'm just talking about the entire situation as a whole, okay? It just is what it is. At the end of the day, if you don't fuck with it, they'll stop fucking with it. But there's just too many men who get on Twitch just to goon, and the biggest female streamers are gonna be the most beautiful ones, and that just is what it is. But the men aren't helping the case at all by doing the same stuff and doing, I'll shut up after this. And the last thing is all these situationships and all this, oh, are they in a relationship or they're not? I think that stuff is lame too. It really kills relationships for young men, especially these young teenage boys who are growing up thinking that that is what a relationship should be, all this sexual tension, and it just doesn't. You know, there really is a romance that comes to it. It's not just, oh man, I can't wait to fuck her. It's just disgusting, man. And that's why you run into all the situations you do with all these young teachers. I've already talked about this, but that's why you run into all these situations, man. We keep glorifying sex to our young men and then expect them to grow up and be normal human beings, but that's all they ever get shown. And if they don't decide to have sex before marriage, they get called a loser and a bum, and they're called, you know, this and that. It's just like, this comes from this streaming community and the YouTube community. Okay, it is what it is. I'm part of the YouTube community, and I try my best to get the message out there. Young men, you don't have to do none of this. I wouldn't go out there doing all this. Okay, I wasn't out there having sex with every girl I looked at. Now, listen, I'm not the best built man, but I did have the mouthpiece, and I was able to talk. Okay, so I was able to get girlfriends, but none of them that I say, man, if I don't have sex with a dude, like, what am I even doing? It's like, bro, it's not that serious. Okay, I wanted to be a father, and I wanted to be a great husband. And I'm still working on those things, but I am a husband and I am a father. So I set out to be that, and that's what I became. But if you teach young men to look at cake or just look at this and look at that, what do you expect them to grow up to be? I know it's the job of the parents, but damn it, take some responsibility, because these will be the same people screaming out here in a few years that, oh man, all men are just weirdos and they don't know how to talk to women. It's like, did you ever teach them? You were part of the problem. If you're one of the biggest streamers in the world or one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, and all you ever talk about is, damn, look at this girl with this fat ass, and that's all you do, and then you turn around and complain. And I'm talking to the women too, who turn around and complain and then call men dogs, and that's all they want. It's just like, bro, they've not been taught anything else. And when they don't have a parent to turn to, take some fucking responsibility or shut up about it. Just say, hey, I promoted this, it's part of my fault. Or if you don't even want to take any blame, just do what you do and just shut up and let the rest of us speak. But you get out here and get on your little high horse and say, well, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm gone.